Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on another linguistic adventure. Today, we're diving into a fascinating word, compete. This is an A2 level verb that means participate to win. So, what does it really mean to compete? Well, at its core, compete means to strive against others to gain something, often a prize, a victory, or simply an advantage. It's that drive within us to be the best, or at least better than others, in a particular activity. Think about sports, games, or even business. In each of these scenarios, people or teams are competing against each other. To compete successfully often requires skill, effort, and a strategic mindset. Now, let's explore some synonyms for compete. A close synonym is vie. For example, several companies vie for the contract. Another synonym is contend. We could say, the athletes will contend for the gold medal at the Olympics. You could also use the word challenge, although it's slightly broader in meaning. Our team is ready to challenge them for the championship title. Notice how each of these words carries a similar sense of striving and opposition, but with slightly different nuances. Vie suggests a more intense rivalry, while contend emphasizes the effort involved, and challenge highlights the act of pushing against an opponent. Let's look at another synonym, struggle. The small business had to struggle to compete against the larger corporations. Now, let's flip the coin and consider antonyms for compete. An obvious antonym is cooperate. Instead of trying to win against someone, you're working together toward a common goal. For instance, the two countries decided to cooperate on environmental issues. Another antonym is collaborate. Collaborate is similar to cooperate, but it often implies a more structured and organized effort. For example, the researchers collaborated on the project, sharing their expertise. We also have assist, meaning to help. Instead of competing, we decided to assist our neighbors with their harvest. Furthermore, another antonym is agree. Instead of competing, you are in agreement. A good example would be, after a long discussion, the company agreed to cooperate rather than compete on the project. Lastly, support can also be an antonym. We chose to support each other instead of competing. So, how can you use compete in everyday life? Well, you might say, I compete with myself to improve my running time each week. Or our sales team competes to see who can close the most deals. In a less formal setting, you could say, my kids always compete to see who can finish their dinner first. You can also use it in phrases like compete fairly, meaning to play by the rules. Another common phrase is compete for attention, which means to try to get noticed or recognized. Here are some usage examples in sentences. Many athletes compete in the Olympic Games. Small businesses often struggle to compete with larger corporations. The students compete for scholarships to help fund their education. The two companies compete in the same market, offering similar products. We need to compete more effectively if we want to increase our market share. Here are some examples of compete in phrases. Compete for a prize. Compete against each other. Compete on price. Compete in the global market. Compete for resources. Let's recap. Compete is an A2 level verb meaning participate to win. Synonyms include vie, contend, challenge, and struggle, while antonyms include cooperate, collaborate, assist, agree, and support. It's a word that describes the fundamental human drive to strive, to improve, and to achieve. Thank you for joining me on Hello Word. I hope you found this exploration of the word compete both informative and engaging. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover our show. Now, here's a challenge for you. Create your own sentence using the word compete and share it in the comments below. I can't wait to see what you come up with.